So I'll be doing the online Fansworth D15 color blindness test to check if I've got any color blindness deficiency. There are three common types of color blindness. You've got the deutan. So with deutan, you have difficulty distinguishing between the red and the green colors. So basically, you see more red than green because you do not have enough of the green cones. So for example, if you see a green traffic light, it might look pale green or yellow to you. Then you have the protan color deficiency, where similar to the deutan, you also struggle to distinguish between the red and green, and that's because you do not have enough of the red cones. Then you've got the tritan color deficiency, where you have trouble distinguishing between the blue and the yellow. And people with tritan do not have any difficulty distinguishing red from green because they do not have the red-green color deficiency. Now, the Isihara color blindness test is another alternative test. However, the isihara color blindness test would only pick up red-green color blindness and would not distinguish any other type of color blindness, and it would not also tell you the severity of color blindness, which the Fansworth D15 color blindness test will do. You are not allowed to get more than 2 errors on the color blindness test. If you get more than 2 errors or 2 crossings, then you'll be classed as having a type of color blindness. So I'm about to start the color blindness test. Let's see. So that's my reference point here. So I've got 15 other boxes to fill in, and these are all my chips. So what I have to do, each chip has to be next in color to the next chip. So now I have to find the nearest in color to this blue chip. So I think I'll go for this one. So bear in mind, if you make a mistake, you can always swap the colors around. I'll go for this one. Let me know how I'm doing for this. I think this is the next one. So looking at the shades, it's looking okay. The shades of blue are becoming greener. I might be wrong, but I'll go for this one. I can always swap them later. Yes, so swap these for that. So I think that goes next. That's next. It is getting harder, guys. Okay, so I'm going to swap this color for that there. That doesn't look right, does it? This goes there, that goes there. That's much better. So I'm getting my blues and greens all aligned. Let's see what's next. And that one, we're coming to the violet and purple colors. Now it's going to get tough. Which one goes next, guys? Help me out here. I'm going to try that one. I have done this test before, but each time I do this test, I feel like I'm doing it for the first time. And that's the brilliant thing about doing this color blindness test. You cannot exactly cheat on it because it's not really done by memory, but it's based on the colors that you see. So I'm going to swap 14 for 13. Okay, I think I've got them correctly. I'm about to press the magic button and see. Whoa, look at that, 0 errors. Diagnosis, normal result, which means I did not make 1 error, I did not make 2 errors, or I did not make more than 2 errors. I had 0 errors, which means I do not have a color deficiency. I am not colorblind. So if you look at the shades, you can see that they're all aligned together, going from blue to shades of green to kind of purple. There might be some yellow in there, who knows. So when you do the color blindness test, usually whoever's doing a color blindness test will have a chart where they chart all the colors. So that is plotted all across this line from the chart 1 to 15. So there is some examples of what normal should look like. As you can see, your normal should all go along this line 1 to 15. As I explained, you are allowed to have normal errors. If you swap 8 with 9, that's 1 error. If I had swapped 6 with 7, that's another error, but not more than 2 errors on the D15. However, if I then decided that I was going to put 14 where 2 should be, then rather than going straight to 2, my line now goes from there and to 2, and that's assuming 2 now becomes 3. So it all becomes a mess after that. However, if I continued going along, and then again I swapped 11 with 7, and then I go to 8, then that means that, I might be red-green colorblind, which means I can see more red than green. So therefore, I've made one error here, then I've made another error there. So I'll be classed as having deutan colorblindness because it's parallel with the deutan there. So the clue is that the lines will be parallel with the deutan, and that's same as the protan. This is a serious color deficiency because you've got two types of protan. You've got protan anomaly where you do have some red cones, and then you've got protanopia where you have no green cones whatsoever. This chap does not have any green cones because look at all the errors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 7 or 8 errors there, too many to count. So he's got severe red-green color deficiency known as the protanope, and you can see that again it is parallel with the protan line. Again, this is serious red-green color deficiency. He's got no green cones whatsoever. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you've got the tritan, which I explained is the blue-yellow color blindness. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starts having some problems with tritan here. So differentiating between blue and yellow and green becomes a problem. And that coincides with this. So 7 straight to 15, 15 to 8, 8 to 14, 14 to 9. So the colors become all over the place, So this is 14. 14 now gets swapped with 8. 8. Then you've got 9. So it is a good test to do, but it's not the most accurate test to do because it all depends on the lighting of your screen. It depends on your room lighting environment as well. So if you do suspect that you might have a degree of color blindness or some sort of color deficiency, it's best to have this professionally done, i.e. go and see an optician or optometrist where they can do this for you in person to find out whether you actually do have some color blindness. There are other tests you can do apart from the Fansworth D15, such as the City University 3rd edition test, which is apparently more accurate than Fansworth D15 test, but in a lot of cases it is done in conjunction and together with the Fansworth D15 test, simply because you get more accurate results doing both tests together or doing one or the other. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please watch my other video where I actually do the Fansworth D15 test live.